My guest tonight is a powerhouse of commercial cinema magic. Bollywood's biggest hits in the last 2 decades are his creations. A galaxy of beautiful and talented stars are his discoveries. With him, we're also going to meet his newest star. She is a girl with a dream. He is a dream maker. Subhash Ghai and Mahima Chowdhury.
The world is rushing by so fast. Let's press the pause and make it last.
When I see Spielberg's films, I think I understand the man because I see the childlike sense of wonder combined with contemporary science fiction. How can I understand Subhash Ghai by seeing his films?
Well, you said it very rightly that every filmmaker has some reflection of his personality through his film, right? When I look at my movies, see, I think that I'm a dreamer. Maybe that I belong to, I'm a mid-town boy, and I saw these movies, and big movies, huge movies, the fairy tales. So that is why my characters are larger than life. That's why my settings, my grandeur, that this is the life I would like to live.
So the grandeur is you.
Yes.
It's more you.
Yeah.
You have said that in your films, 30% is you, and 70% represents what you feel the audience wants in a film.
That's right.
Who is that audience you see in your mind, in front of you, who you're making your film for? Can you describe him to me? Who is he? What age is he? What does he do?
उसका एक डिस्क्रिप्शन ये होता है कि वो एक मिडिल क्लास फैमिली का थोड़ा सा पढ़ा हुआ, थोड़ा सा अनपढ़, थोड़ा सा बड़ा, थोड़ा सा छोटा,
उम्र क्या है?
थोड़ा सा मैच्योर, 14 साल की उम्र है उसकी. So that is the person that time, you see, who मूवी देख के वो क्लैप भी करता है, वो डांस भी करता है, वो रोने भी लग जाता है, उस कैरेक्टर से रिलेट भी करता है, अपने स्टार को देखता है, खुश हो जाता है अपने.
I've understood. Yeah. You know, when you've said that he's 14 years old, I can understand that. Middle class,
yes,
14.
It's a 14-year-old child.
Your record is outstanding. 13 films, 11 hits. Nobody has that record. Is it pure commerce?
It's a pure commercial cinema because when people are paying you, you see, they are buying tickets. The moment they buy tickets to see your show, it becomes commercial. So it is very frivolous to say, well, I make movie for myself, because you make movie for them.
But it may feed your bank account. Does it feed your soul?
That is the situation today we are facing, because people expect two things. You see, they expect a good film as well as a hit film. You see, masses want us to make a good film for them. Critics want us to grow as a mature filmmaker and give them a good film.
Does it matter to you what the critics say?
It matters in a sense that you want to assess yourself through the media perception, that how much they think of cinema and cinema people status.
But if it's commercial, then the box office matters more than the critics.
No, but again, you like to grow. You feel, you know, you are jogging at the same place. You see, you also feel like, for your own satisfaction also, nothing like it if you have an optimum balance between a commercial success and a good film.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's a great high if you can achieve that.
But when the mantra is to make a hit film at any cost?
No. At any cost word is deleted now. You see, it was initially, you know, when we started our career.
I can understand that. You've said that for an actress, there is a period of 8 to 10 years. She has 10 performances and 25 films. And after that, there are only Xeroxes.
That's exactly.
Why?
I believe that. You see, what happens when a person comes to you, he's a human being that time, and he wants to become an actor.
But is this only for an actress or an actor as well?
Both actor and actresses, you see. And when they come, they are different people, you see. Once they start acting and impersonating other personalities, you see, they become actors, right?
That's right.
Once they become actors, so if their performance is appreciated, if they match with those characters, they become stars. Once they become stars, they are used to all those admiration and all those praises, and people come to them, oh, we love your performance, that particular scene we liked it, your gestures, your movements, गाने में आप इतने अच्छे लगते हैं, आप वो जो हरकत करते हैं बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं. Then at that stage, he becomes victim. That stage, he is caught. He feels that this is my style, people are liking. That time, you see, he loses his instinctive performances, spontaneity. Then he starts mechanizing all those things because he thinks, his director thinks, his choreographer thinks, his writer thinks, we should present this actor in this way.
True.
If he is Govinda, तो Govinda ऐसे ही होगा. अगर शाहरुख है तो शाहरुख ऐसे ही होगा. So this is a dangerous period when he is in now. You see, then he's got then he becomes superstar.
I understand.
2, 3 more movies and big movies and great directors and great writers behind him, and he creates an aura. Fine. Now what happens to him? Now people expect him to give some surprises, but he refuses to do that.
He can't take a chance.
Yes, he doesn't get a chance because writers don't think this way.
Yeah.
Directors, producers, distributors feel like, साहब अमिताभ बच्चन तो एक्शन से ही चलेगा, ये तो डांस से ही चलेगा, और उसके बाद फिर वो 8-10 साल तक तो वो स्टार रहता है, 10 से 12-15 साल के बीच में वो सुपरस्टार बनता है, और उसके बाद उसकी परफॉर्मेंसेस जो हैं वो ज़ीरोक्स कॉपी तरह. देन पीपल स्टार्ट प्रेडिक्टिंग कि ये रोता है तो ऐसे रोता है, ये गुस्सा करता है तो ऐसे करता है, ये हंसता है तो ऐसे हंसता है, ये लड़की यूँ डांस करेगी तो यूँ घूम के करती है. यदि तो उसकी अदाएं, उसकी बातें, उसकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज वो लोग कॉपी करने लग जाते हैं अपने घर में, उनके बच्चे. इसी सो जब मिमिक्स लोग पैदा हो जाते हैं तो उनकी मौत शुरू हो जाती है. तो सुपरस्टार जो है वहां पर बन जाता है. Now he doesn't know where to look at, what to do. By the time a new actor comes, और वो एक फ्रेशनेस, एक ओरिजिनलिटी लेकर आता है, and people say no, not here, look at him, he is good, or he is too predictable. So इसीलिए मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ कि एक्टर की लाइफ जो होती है वो बेचारे की 8-10 अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस, मैं तो कहूँगा 8-10 भी नहीं.
What about for a director? How many films does he have?
They say, that is what exactly I'm come to the point. It's very interesting that you asked me, because I was warned by myself, because I read somewhere that a director makes a 15 version of one subject.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. That if you look at any director, his all movies are almost same, and he is all the time making a different version of a same story, same people, same characters, because his movie is getting hit and he is also getting fascinated with those characters. So that is exactly when I read in some book in Hollywood, and then I was warned. I said, no, Mr. Ghai, somewhere you have to do something. So that is why I started next film action, then social, then crime thriller.
Ah, there's Mahima.
Hi. Smiling.
Congratulations, Mahima. It's the greatest break. Pardes, Subhash Ghai, Shah Rukh Khan. I mean, and it's a hit.
Yes.
What more could you ask for?
I can't think of anything I could ask for. And it's the response is very flattering, you know, when you get this in your first year. Because, you know, as a film, I could tell it was going to be good because he made a wonderful film. But about me, I just didn't know. I was very confident, yeah, in front of the camera.
Yes, you were. It was apparent. How did you get this break?
Like they say, a lot depends on destiny and fate. I'm very grateful to Mukta Arts actually, because they must have spotted me on a commercial, in a TV commercial. They bothered to find my number. Nobody does that. And especially with me, because I was shunting up and down between Delhi and Bombay. They called for me, said I might suit the role. And of course, I've been dragging my feet because I said, I'm not going to get this. I mean, come on. You must have had the best of people audition for things like this.
But you did, you saw 100 girls, I believe.
Yeah. So you can imagine, I went there more out of, since he's called, I must go, you know. And I wasn't expecting him to select me. I still don't know why he did it. But I always doubted whether I was in the movie or not, in spite of you telling me.
Yes.
So every time I had a meeting, I said, "Are you sure I'm in the movie?" He says, "Yeah." You want me to write it down? So I said, "Yeah, write it down again today." So then he used to take a note and he says, "You're in my film." I said, "But you didn't write leading lady. That means there are 3 other women." She should be a lawyer. So he said, "Okay, leading lady."
Tough
And then
girl.
he went to Madras, and then he was telling me, "Take down all my numbers." So I opened my diary, and it was all in tatters and torn, you know. So I was going to. He's saying, "That's your diary?" I said, "Yes." So he's okay. So when he got back from Madras, you know, he gave me that electronic diary.
Ah.
So I went and told my sister. I said, "I'm in a movie." This is because he gave an electronic diary. I said, "Yeah, if I was not his head or anything, he would have bothered. He would let me carry that dirty thing I was carrying." So it was these things, you know.
But weren't you frightened by his reputation of falling in
No,
love
it
with his
happened so
heroines?
fast. And I think
She
he
told
spoke
me,
about
she says,
it in
"No, I
the
have
first.
read so much about your
Yeah.
reputation, I was so scared.
This
But you're
sick.
so normal, you're so
Yeah.
one-to-one, you're so down-to-earth."
Yeah.
I said, "That is exactly what I want to
But
tell
I
you."
haven't heard of a good reputation given to anybody from the film industry,
Yes.
or be it a girl or a boy.
I don't know why you always have this reputation of being romantically involved with your heroines. Why? I mean, is it the media
But I
doing
get
it?
involved. See, I get involved with my actors too. I get involved with my all characters. It's very important and imperative for a director, you see, to be one, you see, and particularly with the newcomers.
I want to know, how much do you invest, not in money, but in your
Time.
commitment, time,
Patience.
energy?
Yes.
Yes, so many things. When you're launching a newcomer, when you find a
So
new,
much.
Do you?
It's a very tiring. It's a very, I would say, emotionally and mentally, it's a very expensive exercise. And it's a great sense of achievement when you feel as a director that as a director you have really created an artist out of a simple human being, you see.
Well, that's that's what I wanted to discuss. I mean, this actress star maker syndrome it's been fascinating since time immemorial, because I wonder if you've heard the story of Pygmalion and Galatea.
Yeah.
Pygmalion was a sculptor, and he had carved this statue of the most perfect woman. And he fell in love with that statue because it was so perfect. And then he prayed to the goddess, this is a Greek mythology, to the goddess Aphrodite, that please put life in her.
That's right.
And the same way, if you think of Eliza Doolittle and Professor Higgins in My Fair Lady,
Right.
they have these creations which they get very involved with. That's what I wanted to ask you. What do you feel for your stars, the
But
ones
I
you've
think
created?
it is the more, for a creator, it is the more excitement in the process of creation. You see, once it is created, when she is created, one Madhuri is a star or Manisha is a star, well, they don't belong to us. Why? Because they are stars, they're professionals, they're different people now.
Can you
see,
just let them go?
Yes, let them go.
Come
yes,
on,
yes,
Subhash.
it's very important for us.
But
When
don't
we-
you get emotionally involved on the way?
During the process of creation.
You do.
Yes, you should, and you should
have to,
because you
because
have to.
if you
have
don't, the
to,
audience won't.
Yes, yes, you cannot be like a professional stars आया, set पर आया, उसने अपना काम किया, good night, फिर आया और चला गया. Because you should understand the insight of that person.
But what about for you? Now, from your point of view, here is a person who has renamed you, repackaged you, transformed you, taught you how to walk, talk, almost everything. Changed your life, changed your destiny, perhaps.
That's
What do you
right.
feel?
A big part
for a
of my
person?
life, yes.
Yes. What do you feel for a person who's done this for you?
I think you find a person who you can trust besides your family.
Mm.
It's that deep. Like, if I ask him something and he says this is the correct thing, then I don't doubt, which I do with everybody else, and which everybody does with everybody else, is you find, it's almost like home, I guess that's why they say Godfather, because it's almost like family.
No, I would like to express this in a different way. Finally, we
You
are
do
dealing
have
with
a feeling
emotions.
you do have a feeling of gratitude towards
Yes.
a person all your life.
Gratitude can become a burden.
Yes,
How long
yes.
can one carry gratitude?
That's right. That's
would you-
exactly,
Well, some people
I don't...
let go of it at a particular time. They're grateful for a particular point of time, and then they say, oh no, okay, I might have paid back or whatever.
So when is it deemed that I've paid back? It's been repaid?
No, I don't think I look at it that way.
You don't. A
I
lot of
don't.
people do.
A lot of people do,
No,
yeah.
I also don't...
So
look
when
at
does a person feel that I've paid back? I've done my bit.
And like I said, it's like you do with your parents. Like your mother's done so much for you, but you don't think of paying back. But you're so grateful for what she's done.
That is a sense of belonging.
So it's almost
Mahima.
like that, like I say. You feel grateful, but I never think of paying back or anything.
No.
But I think we should give them
But what are
margin.
your expectations? Tell me truly, Subhash. What are your
You
expectations?
really ask
What
me?
do you think I
You
would
really
do?
ask me?
When you have spent time, money, effort, emotions
Okay.
on building up a girl, creating her for a wonderful future. An ordinary girl is transformed into a superstar on that 150-foot screen. Her life has changed. What do you expect from her?
First of all, I must understand one thing. Why did I do that? I did this thing. I created her or him for my own satisfaction, that I created a star. First,
Higgins, Pygmalion, same thing.
I did not create her that she should be grateful to me all through her life. No, not at all. We have to be spiritually strong enough, Simi. It's very important for a director to be spiritually strong enough to create things and forget. We create this set, we create a cinema, we create a movie, and it is very important for us to forget immediately. If they are grateful, fine, they are good people. You are proud, you feel nice about it. But we cannot expect from them to be grateful all the times and to do all those things what we want just because we created. Well, somebody created me too.
Well, you see, this is it. Even in the case of Pygmalion and Higgins, each time they fell in love with their creation, but not with the person.
No, but why should you? You see, listen, that is exactly what we need to understand. When you are taking a project as a film, right, and you are creating an artist out of a human being, you are in love, right, and you're really in it, do it. Once she is made, once she is made or your movie is made, fine. You have certain attachment because you were for a certain time with each other and you knew each other so well and emotionally, mentally, right? But it does not mean that possessiveness is the worst thing one can have.
Yeah, one gets possessive.
You see, one gets possessive. One should not be possessive.
It's possessiveness.
Because if you're possessive, then you're all the time looking and you will go frustrated and you will stop creating other things.
I find the relationship between an actor and actress and a director very unequal. The director is a figure of authority.
Yes.
You know, he's dominating, he teaches.
I guess an actor and an actress have more in common than a director and an actress or a director and an actor.
You feel that?
Yeah. I think so.
So if a director falls in love with an actress, it's doomed.
There is nothing wrong in it. It all depends on the two individuals, you see. But then if they want to turn into...
the other shouldn't be
the
attached.
relationship turns into a man-woman relationship, then it is a different thing, fine.
Raj Kapoor said the tragedy is that the actress never falls in love with the director. She thinks she falls in love with the director, but actually she falls in love with herself, with what he has made of her and it's shown on the screen. She turns to him and says, "Oh, you're wonderful." It's not he that's wonderful. She thinks it's her own image that's so wonderful.
That's right.
And that's what she falls in love with.
Well, I also agree. They are in love with themselves, you see, because they are being loved. And they like to be loved. They love to be loved all the time.
But listen to me. It seems there is no love anywhere. Because the director is in love with his creation, not the person. The girl is in love with herself, not the man who created her.
No, I would say, I would put this word more with attachment.
Yeah.
It's a sense of belonging.
Mahima, tell me, what was Subhash like to work with?
Twice he made me cry. I think one was when I was... My first scene with Shah Rukh, I think he made me cry.
Yeah.
What
because
did you do?
I took the lines and I said, "Tumhare prayatno ki wajah se." So I said, "Can I make it koshish? Tumhari koshish ki wajah se." He yelled, and I had never had anybody yell at me like that, and I started crying. Then he realized this woman cries like at the drop of a hat. I just said, "Don't change it." You know that prayatn is a UP word, so people use prayatn in UP and they don't use koshish. They use words like that.
And I was just... कहा था कि देखो कुसुम गंगा जो कैरेक्टर है वो यूपी का कैरेक्टर है और वहाँ की जो लहजा
he got very angry. I think
maybe
he
it
was
was
going through a bad time.
yeah, no, so many times, because the dress about this.
The sun didn't rise on time or something like that, so everything was
taken out on you.
Yeah.
And then promptly Shah Rukh comes and he goes through the line and he says, "Prayatn, Subhash, can't we make it koshish?" So then I looked at him, he started laughing. I said, "We just had a fight about this for 20 minutes and my tears are because of that." Oh, then he goes, "Brilliant word. Prayatn is a brilliant word." Yehi rakhenge Subhash, yehi rakhenge.
You imagine the trauma of a director that time. Sun ja raha hai, sham ho rahi hai. इसकी परमिशन 1 घंटा जब लोकेशन की मिली है, कैमरा यहाँ लगा हुआ है, शाहरुख साहब अभी आ रहे हैं, वो पीछे से बैकग्राउंड चल रही है. You see, there are 30 things in my mind. And बीच में प्रतन का एक मैंने बोला, अभी मैंने कहा कि प्रतन की बात मत करो. But she's taking me to the big issue.
What he makes things worse is he's more kind to you then, and kindness hurts more because he's like,
you make really cry.
Don't cry, you're the best, you're the best. He'll say all those things, and I'm like crying more. And then Shahrukh would say, are you okay? And then I've just stopped crying, and everybody says, are you okay?
No.
I told you now, artists are like children. You never know when they cry, when they laugh, and they don't cry.
And then of course, I will not speak to him for 2 days.
Yes.
Oh, he yelled at me.
Really? But she spoke to me in the same evening.
Yeah, because he knows how to make up.
How do you make up?
How do I make up?
It's my fault.
Because I know I have hurt, if I have hurt somebody, and I know.
I think a director also has to be sensitive. Like, I don't think, of course, I wasn't a star when I did my first film. And every day they used to take shots with me. And one day they didn't, but they made me get ready and sit with makeup and everything the whole day. And then he calls me for the last shot, and the sun went down very quickly. So then he says, okay, pack up. But then I was like, God, why, you know? So it was a little like that, but I didn't react because I understand these things. I said things mustn't have worked out, whatever. But there was a little bit of you which says, I mean, it could have been avoided. You go a little like that, you make a proof. But he calls, He'll call you promptly and say, I know you're feeling very upset because we didn't take a single shot of yours. First thing in the morning, we'll do your shot. And he does it. And then you forgive the whole time you sat with that makeup and muck on your face and the jewelry. You just forget all about it.
It's very important to be honest.
Because he's been an actor himself.
Yeah, I
think that's
so
why.
I know where they feel bad, and how do they feel bad.
And you know, he likes people who yell back. He tells me he likes people who shout back, and I didn't know this. When I first joined, I was very frank with him because he said, be like that with me. Why are you wearing that dress? Your assistant told me to. And I was like that. I used to tell him back, you know. And slowly I realized all the assistants, when they were being yelled at, they were quiet. And the yelling would stop in 5 minutes. Whereas with me, it would go on for 20 minutes. I learned the trick. So every time he yelled, I used to be quiet. So one day he was yelling at his assistant, and he says, I hate people who don't, you know, speak to me when I'm yelling at them. They should tell me what's wrong. I hate people who keep shut. I said, really? I spent 1 year learning to keep shut. And now you tell me.
Put-on relationship is not good.
Listen, I believe you're a good mimic. Can you mimic Subhash for me?
Not in front of you.
In front of him and me. You've got to.
I can mimic you.
Is that what you're doing now?
I did that.
See, now you have to mimic him. Now that you've done one on me, you have to mimic him.
You know, he's a lot like, when he's working with somebody, he starts talking like that. You know, he gets influenced by his...
I get influenced very fast with the personality I'm talking to.
So if you want to know who's in his next film, you look at him very carefully and say, oh, he's talking like that one, so he's meeting up with that one.
So very easy to catch you. How determined are you to make it?
Enough.
Enough for what?
Not too much to ruin myself in the process. I guess give some years to it and then walk away or whatever.
Famous last words, huh? Once you're here, you're hooked. Well, Mahima, I wish you a new world of success and fame. And for you, Subhash, continued success.
Thank you.
Thank you for this rendezvous.
Very nice.
Nice being with you.